GM, give me just a second, y'all, while I get this set up. Before I tweet it out, if you are in the audience right now, I see several new faces, a lot of familiar faces, and you have never spoken on stage before, you should come up and join. It's not as intimidating as it seems, I promise. Especially whenever we've got a smaller audience like this. I'm going to keep it like this just for a minute before I tweet it out because sometimes I like to get it rolling with the smaller, more intimate type of setting before. Um, but yeah, excited. It is another Friday, which means another episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha. This is the 54th consecutive episode. We had several really pretty exciting sales this week too with we had some guppies flying off the shelf, a few other rares that ended up getting snagged too, so that was fun to watch. Also, in my opinion, got a lot of steals as well, up there in the not too far above floor type of range, so it's definitely been a fun week watching a bunch of that. I feel like the NFT marketplace in general has, it's been heating up slightly, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the volume that's happening right now across the NFT marketplace, it's kind of artificial with the farming side of it. So I think that we saw a bit of like post blur exhaustion, but I think things are, as the broader market starts to starting to pick up again. Crow, what's going on, man?
Hey, Kaleo, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Thanks for bringing me up because I got to go right now. I'm working. But I had a minute just to say hello. I hope everybody is well. Happy Friday. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Love to hear it. Yeah, man, it is a good day to have a good day. I don't know about y'all, but weather is beautiful down here in my part of the world. Sun is shining. I didn't, dude, here's the thing. I didn't realize that East Denver extended through this week also. Like, I knew I couldn't make it last week through the weekend and everything, but I didn't realize that East Denver continued through it. But the one bit of solace that I have is that I watched that video of the songs, and I feel like they do this every single time, man. Like the dump that happened last night, I'm going to go ahead just fully attribute it, fully chalk it up to to that song that they put out there into the world about, like, I think that was the one time in my life that I may have sided more since the whole FTX debacle with SBF than I did with the people that were on stage. Rooster, what's going on, my man?
Yo, how's it going? Just landed in LA about an hour ago. Getting brunch right now. Going to be scoping out our recent investments.
I was going to say, it's Rolling Loud weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a business trip, Kaleo. We're writing this off.
Dude, how many of y'all are going up there for this?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I think there's a couple of box shows that are going to be there, but just booked a ticket for my girlfriend and I to do a little mini vacation.
Love to hear it, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hear how it actually turns out. Like, as far as how seamless it is with claiming the tickets, claiming the VIP experience, and if somehow you've got like, and this is another thing I thought about, if somehow they've got like, a different type of VIP that they give y'all, I doubt that they would do that, but you sometimes see people that do that type of shit with these type of things.
So it is like there's like a second level to it, I guess. There is like the Loud Punks Lounge within VIP that regular VIP cannot get into. So it is kind of like VIP plus as far as ticket claiming. I claim my tickets through, they use token proof for this first event. And I claimed them through that, but then I have to like go to like a roll call or whatever sometime today and then pick up the wristbands and everything.
Sorry, I was having some connection issues. Okay, that sounds a lot easier than I thought. And dude, that's actually incredible because I thought that I was picturing the other way around. I thought they were going to potentially jip y'all and be like, okay, yeah, you guys didn't pay the cash for this one on an individual event. So we're not going to give you the as good tickets for this. We're going to give you some type of like degraded VIP type thing. And you're telling me they've got like an upgraded version for y'all.
Yeah, it's slightly upgraded, and they got like, shit you can do within VIP as well. Like they got barbers in there, and like places where girls can get their makeup touched up, and places to sit, and air conditioned bathrooms. I think maybe. So everything that VIP includes, and then also this year is the first year they're doing like pit access. So like we have like sectioned off areas like right up on stage, rather than having to be in general crowd, which was much better.
Love to hear it, man. Well, I'm excited to hear the full feedback on the event after it goes. See if it's as seamless as it sounds because it sounds pretty awesome. 80s, my man. Welcome up. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing beautiful today, brother. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. And yeah, like what I actually love is the very first tweet I saw on my feed this morning. Um, at least the first memorable one. Who knows? Maybe I saw a couple others. Was your GM video? So love seeing that to kick off the day.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's it's all good vibes, brother. It's all love, man.
So wait, tell. I liked the recording it the night before. The iPhone quality was pretty dang good quality, I have to admit. So if you were curious
Yeah, it
about
was
that,
kind of
like I
wild.
think it turned out well.
I think it turned out well too, and it was just something off the fly. I've been testing here and there, just trying to make some kind of videos, trying to amplify the voice a little bit. But the iPhone is crazy with a cinematic setting, and I didn't really even know about this setting in it. And I was actually able to do it from the front camera of the phone, not the three cameras in the back. So it was kind of wild that it turned out that good. But man, I appreciate that, brother, and yeah, hello to the family. Hello, Wonky community.
So what do you have? What do you have on the agenda this weekend, sir? How are things down in Tampa?
Man, I'm getting attacked by pollen right now. I swear, there's so much freaking pollen. I walk outside, my eyes are running. But other than that, man, it's going good in Tampa. Good vibes as always. This weekend, the wife and I have a couple plans. We're going out to a little event on Saturday, tomorrow, actually. So looking forward to that. And yeah, man, just living life.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. So what else? What else is new in the '80s world this past week, man? What has been on the agenda? I've seen you've been in several. One of the things that I love about having you in the mix for my timeline, I don't have the opportunity a lot of the time to be able to like actively listen to some of these spaces that you join, but I go back and I listen to some of the recordings for a bit on some of them, and they're all about mindfulness, which I feel like is a really refreshing break from a lot of the other type of content that gets put on my feed.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to talk about some of these things that aren't talked about enough in the space. And it's all about giving pure intentions. We're not trying to force anything on anybody or tell you to live a life, like some other people out there. It's just giving information, giving value for you to think and consider. And I know this week we just launched with Sushi on Room 110. She's actually a licensed psychotherapist. So we wanted to add a little bit something because there's a lot of people out there trying to give advice that don't really have the credentials and maybe not have the right experience. And we just think it's good to deliver that. And on top of that, today we're actually hosting Izu today. So that's going to be really, really fun on Room 110.
Yo, that's awesome, man. What time is that?
That is in actually 2 hours from now, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
In 2 hours. Okay. Dude, I love that. Like, I will definitely try. I'm supposed to be playing some basketball around then, but I will. I don't know if I can bring the headphones in and the games haven't started up quite yet. I may be able to listen. Either way, I'm going to listen to that recording because, yeah, man. Like, one of the things that I've really respected throughout the course of the past several months is just B-Ways' conviction in both, PA, EZU, and the way that he's been able, like, I feel like, obviously it's more than just him, but, he's one of the most prominent PA holders that's on my feed, and just seeing his conviction in everything with it is, it's pretty cool to watch, man, how he's just continued. And I feel like not just continued to stick with it, but like, I feel like his energy has given a lot of people energy that I've seen, through the content that he's shared.
Yeah, and not to speak on his behalf or anything, but he is one of the more prominent figures in the space in general, and I don't even think he has enough followers yet. So if everybody's out there in the audience, follow B-Ways
Who is
underscore
B-Ways?
NFT.
Who is B-Ways?
Yeah, right. 007. But no, he's a networking king too. And he makes the right connections. He has the right conversations in the space. And to be a friend of his, it's given me a lot of conviction, more so than I've ever had in this space too. He has such a long-term mindset. And I think that gets convoluted sometimes with the noise in the space. Sometimes that noise in the space can offer us a different perspective to keep going. And it's hard to keep going when there's a lot of that noise and a lot of that FUD out there. But he always offers that conviction of just a long-term mindset with the technology behind all of this. So very bullish on him, very bullish on everybody that we're connected to. So, hey, I did have a question for you. Are you coming to South by Southwest by any chance?
Bro, give me the dates you're there, and I'll find a way to get there. Like
the 16th through the 19th, man. We're there just doing like a room 110 vacation.
Okay,
We're not trying to do anything
here's the
else.
one thing. 16th through the 19th. I need to double. Okay, I think I will be able to do some of that. I need to double check. I like one way or the other. I will, if nothing else, just literally go up there for a day trip to hang out with y'all. Like it's easy enough that I could do that. So like, I will come up there for I don't know how many days, but like I will definitely come up there and plan something with y'all for a bit.
Let's go. This is recorded
It's
too, so I'm gonna
recorded.
hold it to
Yeah,
you.
you can hold me to it. I'm putting like, I keep my word on this type of shit. So like that's why I have to say it right now, because if I say it, I have to do it. So I'm gonna make myself, and necessity is the mother of innovation. And like in this case, by saying it, I am necessitating the fact that I have to be there. Wait, I
I
was
love
just
it.
about to
I
kick
love
it
it.
over to Zentati and she left.
Oh shit! Hey Rooster, man, you got back-to-back vacations, man. I love it, man. Enjoy it. You're gonna have some fun this weekend too, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, 80s. Vacation, absolutely, but it's a little bit of business pleasure type deal, isn't it? Isn't that how we're describing all of these?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a lot of opportunities there,
Hey,
man.
but for real though, Rooster, you can write like, you have a very good reason to be able to write off this entire trip on your taxes. I'm being serious though. Like you
No,
really
yeah.
do. Like if you don't do that, then you need a better accountant. So, like, you
1%,
are
right?
going to an event for a project that you're invested in, with a group that an investment group that you're like associated with as well, right? You can go down the list of different reasons for why you should be able to write all of this off.
No, 110%. And
Rooster,
I'm going to.
Not financial advice, but
Crypto Rooster LLC, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'll give the alpha
hey,
for.
you don't even need an LLC to be able to write off like that type. Like, just saying. So, Yeah, like definitely keep track of that type of stuff. I am curious though, Rooster, did you go to any of the ETH Denver events?
Being 100% honest, no. I did not go to a single one. Honestly, didn't pay too much attention to it. It's like any of the events that were going on. And yeah, I couldn't figure out whether it was like last weekend or this weekend.
Bro,
And
I
then like
couldn't either.
a bunch of
Like
people
it
were
was like
inviting
10
it.
days long, wasn't it?
Yeah, apparently I thought it was only like a week, but apparently it was yeah like a week and a half. But yeah, a bunch of people were like inviting me out to some events. What Wednesday, Thursday, but then I was getting ready to come out here, so kind of really didn't do anything. I guess most of the stuff's going on like this weekend, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like the thing that I realized is I feel like last year it was a little bit bigger of an NFT event than what it feels like it is this year. It feels like a lot of the NFT stuff this year happened like at NFT Paris a week or two ago, and that the transition over, like ETH Denver basically was two back to back for it to be like a huge hub. Not to say that there aren't. Obviously, I'm sure there are a bunch of projects that are there, but it's just I haven't seen it quite as highlighted on my feed as what it felt like it was last year with it.
Well, yeah, nobody's project has money anymore. If we're being 100% honest, yeah, there aren't a lot of projects that actually still have a balance sheet when you're looking at it, and which honestly shocks me. Yeah, I took a little bit of a step back from trading since the Blur airdrop. So kind of got burned that first week. Trying to get bids, and then everybody like floored into the bid walls, right? Kind of got burned on that, and then made a couple other poor decisions out of pace. So I took a step back and been a little bit more observant. And yeah, not most people's favorite projects don't have money. Some of the projects with money aren't valued like they have it. And yeah, I just noticed everybody wants to value speculation right now. And then once things start getting delivered, um, the speculation aspect, is no longer there. And then stuff, evidently ends up tanking in floor price, at least from what I've noticed.
Nah, that's true, man. Hey, but quickly on the note of, big things happening, Roy Jones walking out in that panda, the campaign panda hoodie, I thought was pretty dang cool.
Oh, that's gonna be he's officially like a brand ambassador, I guess, a sponsor for the Panda apparel. So online, you're probably gonna majority see him in just Panda apparel.
I mean, either way, like I knew that he was, but then seeing it coming up with the fight getting closer just is, when you're starting to see a lot of the normies talk about him. And the funniest thing was my little brother and his buddy, neither of them are big into crypto at all, right? And they were both talking about everything surrounding him yesterday. And one of the things, like, they didn't bring it up. They didn't bring up the hoodie or anything at all. But I mean, like, they brought up everything else, which means they saw him. And I brought it up. And they were like, oh, yeah. Like, they looked up and they're like, that is pretty sick. So I think that it's pretty cool the way that he's ended up doing that. And, like, it really is, it fits the brand for what they're going for. So I thought that was, something a little bit off the beaten path when you're talking about delivering. It is something that, like, I do think is starting to deliver. We got the legend Bogfather / Rogfather up on stage right now,
Slash
and
ape father.
Nope, I'm
yeah,
just a
Ape
simple.
Father.
I'm
Ape
just
Father is the next one. Whenever you can change your PFP,
yeah,
I guess you got to go to Ape Father for a minute.
yeah. I'm gonna switch that up. But I'm a simple farmer now, guys. I've retired for the month of March. I picked up my tractor and my plow. I'm just gonna be farming all month. Top 100 for the day. I have my strategy. I can't give that away. I'm sorry, because then you're all gonna be fucking farming my shit, and then I won't be making the same amount of money. So, just follow my wallet is all I'll say for the alpha. But
Love it.
yeah, there's a low. I mean, I'm kind of doing it with like 50 ETH just to speed run this, but I did the math. I'm like, even if the airdrop is 50% of the first one, like you're getting 22 blur per point, and let's say blur is 50 cents. I'm really like low bowling all the numbers, right? Because like I think you have to do that going into this. You can't expect like to make more money. It's 100% worth it. You can make $1,000 a day if you get 100 points, um, and I think that's like totally doable. But
When are they officially? Do they have a date that they're dropping the next? For the next season, is it going to be May, something like that?
uh, yeah, somewhere along those lines. I'm thinking. I think it's gonna.
Does it beat? Does it beat the first vesting schedule? Like unlock?
No, but I mean, you can. I think you can kind of do some like back of the napkin like math on it, where you get, they're given 300 million tokens, and then you kind of just like do it pro rata based on like kind of
Yeah.
how many people are doing it. And I mean, I did a poll the other day or yesterday, and like 90% of people have less than 100 points right now. So they're not doing it because I think like they actually might think like Machi's going to make like all the money and Franklin and stuff, and they're all disincentivized. Like maybe it works the other way around, where now everyone thinks it's there's no point in doing it, and I look at what OpenSea's doing, right? Like they've lost their first mover advantage. They're copying Blur now. Like they're on their toes. Um,
Mm.
so I'm kind of inclined to believe that Blur is going to be around for a while. So I'll do this for a month or two because they've really killed volatility. And if you're doing it on collections that you like and you don't mind bag holding anyway, if you get stuck with a bag, that's kind of like what I'm thinking. I'm not doing it with Doodles. I'm not doing it with Clone X, anything like that, because they've found like the big whales found their niche. But I'm like a barnacle. Barnacle could still survive and thrive.
Yeah,
But
that's how I got 2 ETH of stonks in about 15 minutes after the first airdrop. I put a bid up. I got like a half a point, and then like 2 ETH of stonks executed instantly.
um, Hey, I am the thing that I actually think is kind of crazy though is, dude, how have you not broken above that 10K barrier on the followers yet, Bogfather? After all this recent
dude,
action,
I really think no one's around. Like, I truly don't. I think the market's dead. I mean, NFTs are kind of dead, like right now. Like, not, you know what I mean? Like the activity, because it's like look, I've been staring at this leaderboard, and there's about like not even 500. I would say there's about 200 market makers. Like, and maybe like I'd say 50 of them with like actual size, um, that are doing this stuff every day. Because like with 50 ETH right now, I'm in the top. I'm like 80th. So there's, I guess 50 ETH's not even a lot to market make with. You know what I mean? Um, so it's kind of wild. Like if you do the numbers, and I'm trying to engagement farm. That's my goal. That is part of it, because you want to build your following. You got to get like the blue chip followers, and you also want to kind of subvert them into pudgies. You know what I mean? That's like kind of my strat. That was my strategy. But yeah, you got to like kind of figure that out. And I don't know. I'm surprised. Like I don't have 10K followers, but I don't really care about that right now. It's I think the followers will come if you put out good content. And I don't want to. I think you have to tastefully shill stuff and talk about stuff. You can't just kind of be super annoying about it too. But I'm not doing any more deals. There's no way I can top that. And I can't believe I literally traded that guy a bunch of fishing rods for one of the rarest apes. It's still one of the like. I don't know how well it'll age, but it'll be funny regardless. And I had to realize a little bit profit in the sense of making something more liquid, because I did have a lot of like one of one rare stuff that I literally just could not offload no matter what, and I basically offloaded all my stuff to one guy. So I think that's a W in my book.
I feel that, man. I mean, I like it'll come. It's one of those things, like you said, things are dead right now, and I mean, heck, like the fact there still is growth across the board is pretty encouraging. But at the same time, it's something that I like. Again, I just think that It is like the crypto market works in a weird way, man. I mean, right now you're still seeing growth, but it's because there's so many more people that are involved than there were the last time around. I mean, the overall market cap of all this stuff has continued to grow. So the overall ecosystems continue to grow, and the people who have stuck around are X amount larger than last time. But we're not seeing a ton of new people yet, right? When everything really starts to go crazy again, that's where you start to see these new people, and not just projects explode, but you'll see it reflected across accounts, right? Like, and a lot of the time it happens with accounts first, where there may be a few projects that start to go crazy, but some of these accounts at the same time will start to go really parabolic along with that. And yeah, from there you can really start to tell, okay, like, I'm telling you that it is a real thing when you start to see parabolic growth of a bunch of the accounts that have been kind of flatlined for a while on Twitter. It's a real sign that there's new fuel coming back into it. Because right now, again, we're just recycling who's already here. Like that's why my account, for instance, I barely grow these days because I feel like the majority of people on here, it's like, not the majority. I mean, there are a lot that like are still here, don't follow me, but it's still part of the thing where it's, like they're for the audience, whatever, like there are a lot of them that already do. So I think, point being, it makes it difficult for everyone across the board, whether you have a little or a lot. Like we're all washing and trading within, the same small group of people.
Let me ask you a question, Kaleo. On your perspective or opinion, do you think it's advantageous for people to be looking at launching an NFT project right now during this market? Talked to a couple people recently, and they're trying to build community and launch a new project and this, that, and the other. And I've kind of offered them some consult, and I just don't see it, really with the size of the collection that they're going for. I mean, what's your perspective on that?
Yeah, man. I think that you definitely can. I think that it's something that we've seen several projects that have done well with it. So, and you just never know with any projects whenever you launch them whether you are going to hit that perfect opportunity or not. Now, what I will say is it's obviously easier whenever everything is incredibly bullish to gain some of that initial traction, and that can be really important for an NFT project, is the initial traction that catches on to be able to gain momentum from that. But at the same time, you can look at it from the reverse side of it and say, okay, well, hey, even if we don't gain this initial traction, I want to go ahead and focus on just building up this community right now so that we can hit the ground running whenever that traction really does take off, right? So there are two ways of looking at it, and I think either way, can work. It just is really, what is your mindset going into this? And I feel like if you're completely ready and there are no other boxes to check other than, man, this market feels kind of rough right now, like, should I wait? Then, I feel like eventually there just comes a point where you have to ask yourself, how long are you willing to wait for that, right? Because there's no guarantee of exactly when the market's going to do what you want it to do. So that's kind of the perspective that I would take home with it is, if you're ready, like, yeah, I mean, there are just several things with it. There's no guarantee you can't succeed. Obviously, it's more difficult, but yeah, all about mindset and approach.
I was gonna say, dude, like the spy's looking good. I really do think we hit 430, and I think we're gonna get that run. I don't know what happened last night. Like, wait, were you guys talking about that? Like, what did some big player
Oh,
just
no, we
hop into
haven't
it?
yet. I love it though, because for the trading competition, it gave me like the perfect entry. So I want to win my trading competition that I'm hosting, like just out of pride. So, by the way, are any of y'all actually doing that? Like, literally, you just need to, you can create an account and deposit $200 as a minimum. And I think that's like the high alpha. Like, I'll give y'all my strategy for it. like I started that account where I've got $200 on it that I deposited, like, or like $205 because I didn't know if I'd have some transaction fee, whatever. So I started with like $205, right? So if I blow it up and it goes to zero, basically at that point, you can still deposit more to it. So I like could deposit another few $100, whatever it is, to up my percentage back from zero. But you start off with like a high leverage type position, and I think looking at where it was, like it bounced right off a key support level that I was watching, right? So it was right down there. I set some low ball limit orders. And that's another thing too with this. Like, dude, you have to enter and exit everything with limit, because the fees that you pay count toward your total P&L for whatever your portfolio position is. And if you are sitting there marketing in and out of orders, you're paying ridiculous fees, and you're killing yourself with that type of slippage with the position. I mean, it's like opting in to pay massive royalties on something versus doing the blur away and just cutting out for whatever the cheap that you can. Like, it's the same type of concept for it. So it really affects that break even. So anyway, that's kind of the strategy going into it, is basically like, punt a high lev and then roll it and we'll see. And I think that, like, anyway, it's super easy. But the goal is to win, but I don't know. Are any of y'all actually, have any of you guys done anything with it?
I gotta join that, and I'll give you a little bit of alpha. I think that the strongest, the ones that had relative strength before this dump are the ones I'm looking at, and I'm looking at Bitcoin L2 stuff, and I'll give it away. I'm looking at stacks. I think something like that is going to be super strong. On this bounce back, I think it's going to run way past $1 because like I was shocked at like. That was like I put so many magnet charts over the last week, and the only thing to touch the target was stacks. So that says a lot, and everyone's really talking about Bitcoin DeFi, like all this stuff, and the L2 scaling stuff, and I feel like just trading, like finding, I think one coin and knowing and can be pretty helpful too, with that. But yeah, I gotta get in on that competition.
Oh yeah, and hey, if you're trading shit coins, then you may even have a bigger advantage on me, because I'm not even like, I'm just doing this going to be basically trading BTC. So, like, I'm just doing high lev with BTC, aping complete degen with that, a small position. And I mean, that realistically with the trading competition, that's kind of the way that you want to approach it, right? You got to look, what are the limitations for this, set it up appropriately. And you don't need, I mean, heck, you can, if you want to be lazy, if you're in here and you have a Bybit account, you can just like sign up with your regular account. And if you do well with it, then you just get the benefit of doing well. You don't have to do something separate, right? So there's really no downside as far as entering that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think you can create a sub account too, right?
Yeah. You can create a sub account as well.
Sweet.
And if you already have an account, you don't have to sign up with mine. Literally, the only benefit of signing up with my link right now, outside of, helping a brother out, is the fact that you also, like, I'm going to do something with them. I don't even know if I really tweeted this out, where, well, there are going to be multiple giveaways where I'm going to give away, like, first off, up to $5,000 just randomly to somebody that signs up and deposits a minimum of $100 and trades with my link for the month. So that's one random 5K giveaway that'll happen. And so far for the month, and I think it's just for people that have like signed up, since I started the partnership, like through the competition period. Either way, I think since then there have only been like 30 something people that meet that criteria. So that's a pretty high likelihood. And like, I'm assuming that number will grow throughout the month, but either way, pretty high likelihood. But I also am going to do giveaways with them where, I'm going to do at least 10 grand a month of just like cash type giveaways to people that have signed up on my link, going forward. So, that's just some free alpha for the people that are in here of different things that I'm doing with it. So that's the only advantage of it. As far as the competition, if you have a Bybit account, you don't have to have signed up with mine to do it. You just can sign up and participate.
One more bit of alpha for anyone in here. If you're trading shitcoins on Bybit, you're gonna get some nasty wicks on the perp contracts. Like, wait, like they're pretty bad. So if you're setting limits, I wouldn't be surprised if you get liquidated before you like thinking you got filled. So yeah, just be careful with that.
Kaleo, I used your ref link during the blur drop. Does that count? Or is this a new thing?
Yeah, I think that counts. Like, I need to confirm with them. I'm pretty sure all through that period counts. So I don't know. It might be for everybody. Which if it is, then I had a decent amount of people back in 2021. But the thing is, like, I need to double check and maybe make this like an activity, like see if they can make it an activity based thing. Because with a bunch of those people that signed up and deposited back in 2021, the majority of those basically disappeared and are not active. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't want any of those giveaways to be eligible for somebody that signed up way back then. And, maybe I could ask them to just do 2022 or forward. I don't know. We'll see. But like, point being, it's coming, and yeah, you'll be fine. So I just want like people to start talking shit to me in here about I think that's the fun thing about the competition is it really is a low barrier to entry type thing. And like, it's a fun shit talking thing of being able to go back and forth on. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'll have the lowest P&L, like negative 99%, and I'll still be talking shit. So yeah, let's go.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. Dude, I can't wait though I'm being serious. I think whenever a centralized exchange nails down NFT perps, it's going to be so fun. Like, it really will be. I know that, okay, KuCoin or something has those weird ass NFT perp derivatives that are really illiquid, and I wouldn't really consider touching in their current form. Like, they're fractionalized exposure, and it kind of reminds me. I know that they're different. Like, I guess it's like fractionalized exposure, but kind of in the sense of like a high fee ETF, to where the exposure you're paying a large premium for that, so it degrades quicker over time as well. So there's some weird things with all of that are out there. Nobody's got it down perfectly right now, but I'm telling you, man, the next year or two, it's going to come out and it'll blow the NFT space up.
Dude, like, how do you, like, there's a couple questions too, right? Like, how do you market fairly? Like, there's concentration risk with whales. Like, how do they, like, if like someone like Machi Big Brother wants to sell 200 apes or something, you know what I mean? Like, and just liquidate everyone, and like he can just open up a short on the perp. Like, if you're a farmer, you can hedge yourself and just open a huge short on the perp and then just market dump all your apes. So it'll be interesting how they kind of work around that.
Yeah, I don't know the right answer. I think if anybody did know the perfect answer, that it'd already be implemented. So, but it's going to happen. Like, I am so confident it's going to happen.
I agree. I think we just need better market makers is the answer. Like, you can't be like these guys. I don't even like, they have no idea what they're doing. And I think I've actually like discovered some inefficiencies. The problem is I'm not like big enough of a whale to really exploit that. And I think it's kind of a gray area too. To be honest.
Even the Franklin tweets where he's like, "Oh, I basically just risked like 2,000 ETH to make 1.5 ETH in 24 hours." And
Yeah,
he tweets that out. Like, what?
dude,
the
what if
world,
Blur
bro?
what if Blur just said tomorrow, "Hey man, we're done with this competition." Like, you're bag holding, right? Like, you're screwed at that point. You become a community member overnight at that point, or
Bro,
anything.
yeah,
Like
imagine
that.
when the perps come out and founders like start opening shorts on their own project before they rug. Like, that's gonna be like a new thing, and it's gonna be like a double
Like
rug.
the double whammy. You get
Yeah.
the double
Well, and
whammy,
then,
dog.
hey, Rooster, but then they make all the profit with it, and then they're like, actually, never mind, I'm back from the dead. and they long it, and then they buy it all back, and then boom.
I honestly might have to respect that play. Like if they reverse back again after shorting their own, like
Okay,
that might draw a little
there's
bit of
going to be a
respect.
volume requirement, 1,000%. It's going to start off with like board
Well,
ape.
and a market cap requirement too, right? Like, these exchanges aren't going to list these super, like, you're not going to have the super super small market cap type of NFTs that it's going to be possible with down the road when it happens, right? Like, it's going to have to be the bigger projects because, like, hey, call me crazy, I think that there are going to be multiple multi-billion-dollar market cap projects, and I'm not just saying ecosystems, but single projects this next bull market. Like, I could see, actually, nail it down right now, there will be one $10 billion plus, whether it's apes or something else, NFT project, top market cap price this next cycle. It's going to happen.
Dude, all right, if you're in my position, because I really, like, let's be frank, I traded all those penguins to, like, ice the apes to sweep more penguins, but I have to hold on to an ape. Should I hold on to the cheetah one or the one with the astronaut with the
Bro, I
green?
have no idea. Ask ape holders.
Yeah.
I would hold the cheetah, but I do not own a single ape thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I do feel like the 4T is a pretty desirable, like, cross collection type of.
Yeah, it's like the nitrate stonks, right?
That is true. People love that kind of stuff.
Speaking
And not
about
only that, it's
stocks,
like one of
they're
the
still
cleanest apes as well.
Yeah, I wonder who's bidding 30 ETH on the stocks right now. Who's doing that?
Hey, I don't know if you guys have seen the Dune analytics, but we're still in the top 10 projects out there for unique holders, by the way.
I believe it, man. I mean, it's like, again, everything about the way, like, when you look at everything with the catalyst, everything else, like, it's just a matter of time as far as the market and everything else taking off with it. So, dude, that's why, like, and again, like, dude, I talked about this at the bottom, top, whatever else. Like, you see me sitting here sweating whenever there's like a dip across the stocks? Nah, bro. Like, it is what it is, because it's a multi-year time frame and outlook for everything with it. And I'm so confident with where the market's heading and the position and the role that, like, they'll play down the road, that it's, dude, like, it's no big deal. It's one of those things, again, where, yeah, it's fun whenever things are up immediately, but, like, dude, it's like they're inevitable one way or the other. Like, they will be there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to keep that too with 3 ETH freaking guppy sales up top.
Where y'all forget one stonk equals one retirement.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So, no, and like, yeah, there have been some solid sales in the past week too. Again, like with those guppies, and, like, love seeing the guppies run. Guppies are always, I think, going to be like, whenever everything really does run, guppy season's always one of the most fun things to watch.
Can't wait to see a 10 ETH guppy sale. It's really just a matter of time.
Be a lot of tattoos happening around that time.
It'll be, hey, well, I mean, 80s. So the question is, was it 10 ETH floor for the tattoos, or is it 10 ETH sale?
I believe it's a 10 ETH floor, but
Okay, so 10 ETH floor. Okay, so yeah, we've still, I think we've still got about 18 months or so before we see, the guppy, or not the guppy, before we see the tattoo train take off. Give it another
I did
18
mine
months
at
or so.
0.10 ETH. I did my tattoos.
Oh man. But yeah, dude, that like the most amazing thing about this community is again just show it like the consistency. Dude, we're on week number 54 of the weekly alpha episodes of just continuing to show up, bring the energy every week, just hang out, like go through everything, and like that's the thing that really sets us apart. I think from so many other different projects, so many other different communities out there. Is just that the consistency of going through it. Like, dude, I really think, there are a lot of people that are bearish after last night's drop. Dude, again, like I said, I think that BTC, dropped into a really healthy range. I'm still confident, like you said, Bog, with the S&P 500 running right now. I still think that BTC is going to continue to run with it. Like the S&P 500 bounced off a really high time frame support level, and that was where the most it's hilarious to watch the mentality on the timeline. Like people are the most bearish at support, and vice versa, the most bullish at resistance as well. Like it is just this natural mental thing where when you are at these lows and you've been tanking down to a certain level, I mean, obviously, like where it's going to bounce off of creates a low. So if it's at support, like it's gone down X amount, it's given whoever the bears are that much confidence going into it that it's going to go lower. But yeah, we've seen a solid bounce right now with it. And I really think that, we continue to see that solid bounce with BTC continuing forward from here. Like BTC is going to outpace stocks. Like it's that easy. Forget the Mount Gox FUD, forget the ETH unlock type of FUD. Like we're going to outpace. So I really truly believe 30, 40K, still completely on the table for the run up this spring / maybe early summer.
There's like also just no reason for the dump yesterday too. You know what I mean? There's like no news. It's just like seems weak.
People chalked it up to several things, right? Like, some people chalked it up, and that's the thing. You're right. There's no clear cut reason for it to happen. So a few of the things, the Silvergate fallout was one thing that people are chalking it up to. About potential contagion from it, I kind of call bullshit on all that. I really think that it's not going to make too much of a difference from a fundamental perspective for BTC. I don't think that we're going to see anybody else go under like we did FTX because of it. I mean, you can say the Binance FUD because, like, I swear, man, mainstream media is trying so hard to turn Binance into the next
It's so
FTX.
forced. It feels so forced.
It feels so forced.
Yeah, like you have to call bullshit on that. It's like they are targeting him, and you know how it works. The government and the media, it's all like intertwined, right? So it's like, yeah,
and I'm
going after this guy.
I loved that a bunch of the FUD around BUSD came like 2 days before the Voyager Binance US decision. Like the FUD for BUSD and also the FUD for just everything with the reserves and everything else, like came just a couple days before the Binance US Voyager acquisition approval / whatever. Like, so that ended up, which no shocker there that deal didn't go through. I would have been shocked if it did, but a lot of it kind of seemed to line up with that as well. So I think, like people do coordinate this shit. Like it does happen. So I think part of that might have played into it some. You can go down the list of people bringing up the Mount Gox unlock. Like there's several things that kind of floated around, but you're right. There was no clear cut reason for dumping right there where we did.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of want to. I gotta make this sub account. I gotta get to trading now. This is gonna be fun. How many people are part of it so far?
So far, let's see. We've got 116. I guarantee you, dude, that's gonna keep upping as this competition continues because I'm literally gonna shout it out just every single day. And it's one of those things that, you get this compound effect of the more people that are in it. And it's one of those things too where the prize pool continues to increase as more participants come in. So, and you can enter all the way up until the end of March. So like literally up until the close date, you can enter the competition. So if there are up to 2,500 people that end up joining by the end of it, so 2,500 people will unlock a $50,000 total prize pool. Right now, with a little over 100, the prize pool is only $3K. 250, I forget where that steps up to next. Let's see. Oh no, 150 is the next unlock level. No, not 100. Yes, 150, and 150 is 4,500. 250, 7,500, 500 is 10K. Like we're gonna hit those levels easy by the end of all this. So, but yeah, so pretty easy competition right now. I mean, I'm in second place with a 16% PNL. So. I mean, I know the market hasn't really moved too much. It hasn't made a decision one way or the other. So that could easily go down very quickly.
So how exactly do I join it? Or because is it like a separate like group you have to like join into a part of using your ref link?
No. I mean, anybody can literally like just click on the link there and just press register. Like it's that easy. So if you want to do that trading company, like you just click register. So yeah,
I have not done that yet. So that's why I'm asking, because I don't have my laptop or anything on me at the moment.
Dude, I mean, you've got through the end of March to do it, but the only shitty thing will be if you somehow enter a good trade before then, it just won't count. But on the flip side, if you enter a really terrible one before then, it doesn't count either. So, it's all about perspective.
Yeah, from my past 15 minutes of browsing in a Basho, looks like we're just I'm gonna be turbo longing max leverage shit eating clowns or whatever it is.
Dude, that's just on chain, dog. You can't even get that on Biden.
Yeah, no, it was just a joke.
Yeah, bro, there are no shit-eating clown perps yet. So,
all right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. I gotta eat some lunch before this space at 2:30. Much love. Enjoy the weekend. Go touch some grass, breathe some fresh air. Love you guys.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up as well. We've been going for an hour. It's been a fun space, fun day. Got a lot of things to get ready for this weekend. Like, bro, my house is a mess, and I've got people coming over to stay over this evening. So I've got to get all of that together and still make it to the gym before they get here as well. So y'all enjoy your weekends. Actually, I'm going to keep this going for like 30 seconds longer because I realized I left my other phone upstairs. And you'll have an awkward 30-second silence if I do not do that. So
30 seconds is all it takes.
That's all it takes. That what you tell? Oh, never mind, man. So enjoy what's it called? Rolling Loud this weekend, brother. Dogfather, best of luck with the farming. Everybody else, Wonky Stonks are inevitable. We love you, and we will see you next week, same time, same place.
Later, folks.
Later, guys.